Hi beauties, welcome to my channel H.ealthy by Julia. Today the topic will be azelaic acid. We are going to see what is azelaic acid and who can benefit from it, how does it work, what to expect as difference and when, how to combine it with different ingredients, what are the side effects, and how to use it. Let's start with what is azelaic acid. Its chemical name is dicarboxyl acid, and it's great because it is naturally occurring on everyone's skin. From the nature, it could be obtained from grains like barley. 2011 was the year that first studies had been published with regards to the benefits in skincare for azelaic acid, and it is an ingredient that is FDA approved for pigmentation and acne. Like with most of the ingredients, we are talking about theories how azelaic acid can benefit the skin. It is suspected that it prevents a lot of concerns that are happening on the upper layer of the skin. If you're struggling with acne, azelaic acid is definitely something that you should try because you can benefit from a lot of different points that the ingredient can work on your skin. It is like a mild exfoliant. It is not as effective as salicylic or glycolic acid, but still it does work, and it's like a leave-on exfoliant that you can use on a daily basis. From another point, it is also antibacterial. It's great because it does kill the bacteria that is causing acne. And unlike many other products and even antibiotics, the skin doesn't get resistant towards it, which means that, for instance, if you're using some kind of antibiotic for your acne, after about 8 weeks, the bacteria that is causing the acne is becoming resistant towards the antibiotic you are using. But azelaic acid is something that you can use in long term, and this will not happen. It will continue to fight with the bacteria causing acne. Another point of the azelaic acid benefits are that it is ingredient that is anti-inflammatory. So if there is any kind of inflammation towards your acne, for instance, it's very red, bumpy, there's pus, then azelaic acid can help and calm down the skin and the inflammation that is happening. Also, it is ingredient that is comedolytic, which means that it prevents the comedones that might appear on the skin, and they are part of the process of forming of the acne. Azelaic acid is ingredient that you can really benefit from if you're suffering from post-inflammatory pigmentation. These are the cases when you still have pigmentation, although, for instance, your acne is completely flattened. It helps to reduce the pigmentation because although it seems like nothing is happening, underneath the skin there still might be some inflammation, and because of its anti-inflammatory properties, azelaic acid might help to heal quicker if there is any kind of pigmentation. It's a long process that takes a lot of things happening one by one. So azelaic acid works in two different parts of this kind of chain reaction. From one point, it helps to reduce down on DNA level the excess of melanocytes that already had been produced in order for them not to affect that much the pigmentation of the skin. But also it inhibits enzyme that is reducing the general produce of melanocytes. The pigmentation is something that bothers a lot of people, and you should not forget to use sunblock no matter what your skin color is, how dark you are. We are not talking about burning, we are talking about even skin tone. Many people suffer from rosacea that's caused by a sensitivity and enlarged blood vessels. And azelaic acid is something that studies have shown that really help with the visibility of the blood vessels and even with swelling. One of the reasons is because, as I already mentioned, it is anti-inflammatory agent. There are not a lot of ingredients that are active and still are working very well for people with sensitive skin. But azelaic acid is one of them. So if you have high sensitivity, even eczema, if you're pregnant or you are lactating still, azelaic acid is something that is very active and it is suitable for your skin as well. It's ingredient that is very beneficial for people with melasma. I already mentioned in my pregnancy video what is melasma. Also, although it is ingredient that is delivered from grains, studies have shown that products containing this type of ingredient are safe to be used by anyone, and even if you have gluten intolerance, they will not trigger reaction. Ingrown hairs are a concern that might affect a lot of people, whether we are talking about body or face, whether you're men or women, still it is something that might happen to you. And if there's any kind of inflammation, and it is a very bad idea to try to pick it, squeeze it, or touch it in general. But azelaic acid is something that you can apply. Its beauty ingredient, azelaic acid, has antioxidant properties, as well as it helps to even the skin tone. So we can say that it is a little bit of anti-aging as well, because very often the uneven skin tone is what makes you look a little bit older. So if you magically have no skin concerns but you just want smooth texture and glowing skin, try azelaic acid. Not on last place, I would like to say that azelaic acid, although is very active ingredient, can work very well with other active ingredients, which doesn't happen very often. So if you're using niacinamide, vitamin C, retinols, glycolic or salicylic acid, you should know that azelaic acid is something that it is safe to add on your. Most of the studies over azelaic acid that are proving its effectiveness were made on products that will be by prescription. So if you're using something 10% azelaic acid, you should be aware that it will take longer. Usually for someone who is suffering from acne, you should expect 20% solution to work after about 2-3 months. But if it is something over the counter and it's only 10%, then you should see difference after 4 months. So that's one of the main reasons why many dermatologists are not picking this kind of ingredient as first choice. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work, but very often when you go to the doctor, you are expecting very quick solutions, and this is ingredient that will work, but it does take some time. Although nowadays more people started to look into azelaic acid, still many brands don't have this type of products. A few of the ones that I found were Paula's Choice, Face Theory, and The Ordinary. But many brands are avoiding this type of ingredient because it is a little bit tricky to be formulated, because if it's not done properly, it will feel a little bit grainy and might cause skin irritation. Just like every active ingredient, azelaic acid does have side effects. They are dryness, sensitivity, irritation, redness, peeling of the skin, and even itchiness. Because it is so potent, in the very beginning you might feel some stinging or tingling, but it does go with time. Many people are getting concerned when we say acid and day use, but azelaic acid had been studied that will not affect your skin sensitivity towards light. So you will not burn from it. It is completely safe to be used during the day. So if you will be using retinoids or retinol, use them in the evening and then in the day use your azelaic acid. If this is the most potent ingredient, then you can use it twice a day. But obviously, if you're introducing it, then start building your routine and don't use it every single day so that your skin can get used to it. If your skin is very sensitive and you're concerned about any kind of bad reactions, then you can apply your moisturizer first and then on dry skin, apply your azelaic acid product. So if I have to summarize, if you have acne, rosacea, if you have eczema or lactating, if you have acne pigmentation or melasma, or you just want even skin tone, smooth and glowing texture, then azelaic acid is something that you should try.